Hi everybody, it's Rick back with Musician's Edition and page 25 in the Tenor Saxophone Book 2. So let's get to it. At the top of the page, we have some new note values. They're not really new, but more explanation and more rhythm combinations. So first of all, they show you a single 16th note, which looks like a single 8th note, except it has two little tails, or whatever you'd like to call them. A single 16th is equal to 1/4 of a beat in 2/4, 3/4, 4/4 time. Then we have a dotted 8th note. So we've already had dotted notes. Remember, a dot that follows a note always has the same definition. It will add half the value of the note. So in this case, we have a dotted 8th note. An 8th note is normally 1/2 of a beat. So it's adding half of that, which is 1/4, for a total of 3/4 of a beat. So it does equal the length of 3 16th notes. And then in the last example there, dotted 8th 16th note combination, showing you that the dotted 8th note is equal to the first 3 16th notes, and then there's a single 16th note underneath the 4th 16th, and it's written in two different ways. First, it's written with a dotted 8th followed by a single 16th, and then they are joined with a bar. The second way is how you'd more normally see that written, with a bar combining them. And notice that in that example, the dotted 8th note has room for the 3 16ths above it before the 16th note is written. That is also to help you, to show you that that note is going to be longer, a little bit longer. So there's a little space after that to help you figure out the rhythm when you're playing along. All right, so then we have some exercises. 102 is called Dots of Fun, showing you some different possibilities and how that dotted 8th 16th rhythm will go. So in the first measure we have 4 16ths and a quarter note. In the second measure, the first 3 16ths are tied. That would equal the length of a dotted 8th note, which is in the fourth measure. So just to show you, in the second measure, the 3 are joined together, and then the fourth 16th. That is equal to the rhythm in the fourth measure. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. The counting in the second measure, the fourth measure, the sixth measure, and the last measure would be 1, a 2. And if you can think the E and the and in your head, 1 E and a 2, 1 E and a 2, 1, a 2. You still need to account for the E and the and because they are part of the first note. 1 E and a 2. All right, and then there's an exercise where you can clap that rhythm. 1 E and a 2 and. All right, then we have Little Brown Jug, which is a duet. The notes are written on the same staff, and so whenever you see that, it can be a little more challenging to determine what the notes actually are. So make sure you look at that closely. Sometimes when there's 2 on one bar, it might look like it's one note and it's really another, just because they look a little different that way. So look closely at those. And I will play the top part first. That is the melody. The lower part is the harmony. or the accompaniment. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, and then the bottom part has the same rhythm. Here we go. 1, 2, 1. In the last measure, the second ending, there's only one note on the and of 1. There's just a G there. So both parts, whether you're playing the top or the bottom, are going to play that same note in that exact spot on that G. All right. And then when you learn both parts, you can play along to either one of my two parts and make a duet out of that. In 104, we have dotted 8th, 16th rhythm, and we have some syncopated rhythms. If you look at the very first measure, we have an 8th note on beat 1 and a quarter note on the and of 1 with an accent. That's the syncopated rhythm. So that counting is 1 and then we have an 8th note. That would be the and of 2, and we have 3 of 4. 1 and 3 of 4, and so on. All right, 1, 2, 3. If you look at the second line of music, the second measure, counting wise, we have 1 and 3 and a 1. 1 and 3, 4 and a 1. So the dotted quarter note on beat 3 takes all of beat 3 and the first half of beat 4, the first half of beat 4. And we have 2 16ths at the end of the measure and a 1. Next measure, 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4. All right, in 105, there are 2 measures written and 2 measures blank, and you are to complete that with the notes and melodies that you choose. You do need to put in at least one dotted 8th, 16th rhythm. Make sure your dotted 8th starts on one of the 4 beats, and see what you can come up with there. And then make sure that you account for the key signature was an F sharp. The first note in the song is a G, and this song is in the key of G. So a good note to end on will be a G, and it will sound like it's done if you end on a G. Just a little hint there. Take a look at 106. This is a pretty famous melody that you may have heard before, called Farandole. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. first measure, counting is 1, 2, 3, and then we have dotted 8 16th. So make sure that the 8th note at the end of the first measure is a different length than those 16th notes in the second measure on beats 1 and 2. You don't want to make that last note of the first measure a 16th. It should be an 8th, right on the and of 4. So if you're counting in your head, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that will come right on the and. And then the next measure, beat 1, it's 1 E and a, 2 E and a. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, a 2, a 3, and. That's first two measures. Good luck with that page, and I will see you next time with page 26.